Imagine a precise clock, delicately balanced to function perfectly. Now think about adding a single grain of sand to the mechanism. It's enough to throw everything off. Just like the circulatory system of the brain, incredibly sensitive, where even a slight increase can result in serious hemorrhages, leading to strokes. As societies progress in wealth, paradoxically, the quality of food often worsens. Processed foods, full of preservatives, which a rural person in India would never have considered, are now consumed in highly developed cities. We all seek balance, sometimes resorting to stimulating drinks like coffee, Coca-Cola, or alcohol. However, this balance is often a rudimentary attempt to compensate for inadequate dietary choices. The circulatory system of the brain is a true example of delicacy and precision. Imagine it as an intricate network of blood vessels, where even an extra drop of blood can trigger a series of disastrous events. This extreme sensitivity is due to the vital nature of the brain and its vulnerability to sudden changes in blood flow. With the increase in wealth in many societies, paradoxically, the quality of food has declined. What used to be the staple food of a rural person in India, for example, is now considered exotic and even luxurious in highly developed cities. This phenomenon reveals not only a change in dietary patterns, but also an imbalance between the availability of nutritious food and the choices people make. The contrast between these two scenarios illustrates not only the evolution of dietary patterns, but also the consequences of this evolution for public health. The increase in consumption of processed and high-fat foods may be contributing to the rise in health problems such as heart disease, diabetes, and obesity. This phenomenon highlights the urgent need to rethink our dietary choices and promote healthier habits to ensure not only the health of the body, but also the health of the brain. So before we continue with the video, leave your like and subscribe to our channel Seeds of Mystic Wisdom to always receive our videos firsthand. In yoga philosophy, food is much more than simple nutrients. It is considered a direct influence on the mind and body. This perspective classifies food into three categories: sattva, rajas, and tamas. When consuming tamasic foods, there is a significant impact on the body and mind. The term tamas refers to inertia not only in the sense of laziness, but also in the slowing down of vital processes, such as the regeneration of the body's systems. This is crucial, especially regarding neuronal regeneration, fundamental for maintaining brain health throughout life. When consuming tamasic foods, which trigger inertia in the body's energetic process, it is possible to observe, over time, a decrease in mental agility and cognitive levels. This concept emphasizes the importance not only of the quantity of food we ingest, but also of the quality and nature of these foods, directly influencing our physical and mental health. It is interesting to note how many people turn to stimulating beverages, such as Coca-Cola, coffee, and alcohol, to seek balance in their lives. However, this kind of balance is often a simplistic and rudimentary approach, where initially one consumes foods or substances that unbalance the body and then attempts to correct these imbalances with other foods or substances considered corrective. Interestingly, the United States, as the wealthiest nation in the world, leads in antacid consumption, accounting for almost 60% of all global sales. This suggests that, despite the availability of a wide variety of nutritious foods, the population often opts for less healthy foods, possibly influenced by commercial and marketing forces. This trend reflects a loss of control over conscious food choices, with decisions often being dictated by external factors, rather than informed personal choices. In yogic culture, food is considered not only a physical necessity, but also an essential component for holistic health and well-being. An interesting principle is that of food freshness. According to this tradition, after being prepared, foods have a limited time in which they should be consumed, usually within an hour and a half after cooking. After this period, the food is considered tamasic, meaning it is laden with inertia and should not be consumed any longer. To experience this concept, you can conduct a simple experiment. For 1 week, consume only freshly prepared foods. Observe how you feel, the level of alertness and energy in your system. Then, for another week, consume foods that have been processed and stored for a month or two. Compare your experiences and observe the differences in your body, mind, and energy levels. This practice demonstrates practically the influence of food not only on the body's nutrition, but also on more subtle aspects such as mental clarity and emotional balance. Water is essential for life, but the myth that we should drink large quantities of it daily is contested in various cultures around the world. In many places, people drink water only when they are thirsty, and this is not seen as a problem. In fact, in regions like the desert, people have learned to regulate their water intake according to their thirst, and there are no reports of death from dehydration due to lack of excessive water consumption. It is interesting to note that the idea that we need to drink a specific amount of water every day to avoid dehydration is more prevalent in countries like the United States. In these places, the health and wellness industry often promotes the idea that it is necessary to drink constantly throughout the day, even when not thirsty. However, the traditional wisdom of many cultures around the world suggests that the human body is quite efficient in regulating its water needs, and that drinking only when thirsty may be sufficient to maintain adequate hydration. In the United States, especially in colder climates, the culture of excessive water consumption is quite widespread, largely due to marketing influences. People are constantly encouraged to carry water bottles and to drink continuously throughout the day, often even when not thirsty. This habit, while it may seem healthy, can have negative consequences for health. Excessive water consumption, especially in small amounts throughout the day, can result in a condition known as hyponatremia, where blood sodium levels become dangerously low. Sodium plays a crucial role in regulating fluid balance in the body and in transmitting nerve impulses, among other functions. When sodium levels decrease, the body can retain fluids, leading to swelling, especially in the brain. It is important to note that this swelling does not mean growth or expansion of the brain, but rather a sign of imbalance and possible illness. Hyponatremia can have severe and even fatal symptoms if not treated properly, highlighting the importance of balanced water consumption and the need to listen to the body's signals regarding thirst. When sodium levels in the body are low, water is diverted to the brain in an attempt to restore balance. This process can result in cerebral swelling, causing symptoms such as mental confusion and psychological imbalances. If water intake is excessive and rapid, the body can regulate how much to absorb and eliminate. However, when intake is prolonged throughout the day, the body can be deceived and end up retaining more water than necessary. If we consider moderate consumption, such as 2 liters of water, not all the liquid ingested will be absorbed by the body. The necessary amount will be absorbed, while the rest will be eliminated. This emphasizes the importance of listening to the body's signals and drinking water only when necessary, and not just out of habit or belief that it is always beneficial. When it comes to hydration, it is advisable to drink a little more than necessary, about 1 or 2 extra glasses, to ensure that intake is adequate but not excessive. Thirst is a clear signal from the body that it needs water, and ignoring this need can have serious consequences for health, especially for the heart. It is important to maintain a healthy balance in water intake, responding to the body's needs consciously and in balance. The Earth's magnetic field exerts a significant influence on many aspects of our planet, including the movement of continents. The magnetic poles, north and south, are the points where the magnetic field lines converge vertically into the Earth. Over geological time, continents have been slowly dragged towards the North Pole due to magnetic attraction. This movement is a result of Earth's magnetic field, which is generated by activity in the planet's outer liquid iron core. This magnetic field is dynamic and can change over time, sometimes even completely reversing, as evidenced by the record of magnetic polarity in rocks. This process of continent movement due to magnetic activity is a fascinating example of the interconnection of different natural phenomena on Earth. An interesting example is the effect of the magnetic field on human health. In cases of anemia, a doctor may prescribe iron supplements, as iron is essential for the production of hemoglobin, the protein that carries oxygen in the blood. Iron is highly magnetic and, when absorbed by the body, can be influenced by Earth's magnetic field, playing a fundamental role in maintaining health and the body's biochemical balance. Iron is indeed an essential component of human blood, especially of hemoglobin, the protein that carries oxygen. This connection between iron and blood is interesting when considering the effect of a powerful magnet on the human body. If an extremely strong magnet were placed over someone's head, theoretically, it could influence the iron present in the blood. Iron is a ferromagnetic material, which means it is attracted to magnets. Thus, a powerful magnet could exert a force on the iron in the blood, possibly causing it to move in the direction of the magnetic field. This does not mean that the blood would be pulled out of the body, but rather that the iron within the blood could be influenced. However, it is important to note that extremely powerful magnets can pose health risks, and this type of experiment should not be conducted without proper medical supervision. The positioning of the heart in the body is also interesting in this context. The heart, as the pumping station of the circulatory system, is located higher up in the torso, about 3/4 of the way up from the feet. This is because it is easier for the heart to pump blood towards the head, against gravity, than downwards, which would require additional effort. This arrangement of the heart illustrates the adaptation of the human body to optimize blood flow and ensure the efficient functioning of the circulatory system. The circulatory system of the brain is extremely delicate and complex. The blood vessels that carry blood to the brain are very thin and become even narrower as they branch within the brain, becoming almost hair-like in thickness. This fine and delicate structure of the cerebral circulatory system means that any excessive pressure buildup, such as an extra drop of blood, can result in hemorrhages, which in turn can lead to strokes. Imagine the circulatory system of the brain as a complex hydraulic system. If there is excessive pressure in one part of this system, as a result of an imbalance in the amount of blood, a leak or rupture in the blood vessels can occur, causing a hemorrhage. Additionally, the human body is extremely sensitive to sudden changes in position, especially in relation to gravity. For example, if you have been lying down for a long period and then stand up quickly, you may feel dizzy due to the rapid change in blood distribution in your body. Therefore, when you change your position, such as slowly putting your head to the north, there may be a sudden change in blood distribution in the brain. This can cause a temporary imbalance in the circulatory system, as the heart was accustomed to pumping blood against gravity over time. This sudden change in blood distribution can make you feel dizzy or unbalanced, and in extreme cases, it can even contribute to the risk of strokes, especially in people with underlying medical conditions. Sleeping with your head to the north may seem like a trivial choice, but in the presented view, this simple action can have significant health consequences. The belief that sleeping in this position can lead to disturbed sleep, with the occurrence of vivid and potentially disturbing dreams, is shared in many cultures around the world. For those in old age, the concern goes beyond just having disturbed sleep. It is believed that sleeping with the head to the north at this stage of life may increase the risk of strokes or even sudden death during sleep. Although it is important to note that these beliefs are based on cultural observations rather than conclusive scientific evidence, they highlight the importance attributed to the direction of the head when sleeping in some cultures. The explanation behind these beliefs lies in the idea that the position of the head during sleep can influence blood circulation in the brain. Putting the head to the north is considered problematic because it can result in excessive circulation in the brain, which in turn can lead to a range of health problems, including sleep disorders, nightmares, daytime behavioral changes, and, in extreme cases, events such as strokes or even sudden death. These beliefs emphasize the importance attributed to the body's position during sleep in some cultures, where it is believed that this seemingly simple choice can have a significant impact on health and well-being. And thus, we've come to the end of this video. I hope it has been an enriching experience for you, full of reflections on the importance of balance in our lives, especially regarding our diet and health. If you enjoyed the content and wish to keep receiving more information about wisdom and well-being, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the Seeds of Mystic Wisdom channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your interaction is crucial to us. Until next time, may the quest for wisdom continue to illuminate your path.